Guys, welcome to my channel, Man Up Mental Health, where we empower strong men. Today we're going to talk about the alpha male trap, what the Sentry teaches us about power and collapse. I think he was a great parallel to what alpha men struggle with today. And as being an alpha male, you were taught to be the man who never breaks, right? Strong, dominant, controlled. What if I told you that this very mindset, the one that you were praised for, might be the same one that's quietly breaking you? This video will challenge everything you thought you knew about being an alpha male, and we'll use one of Marvel's most powerful heroes to prove it. So let's break this down. The alpha male myth. You can't be soft. You hear that a lot in the Marine Corps and in the military. You can't be soft. You got to be strong. We're gonna break you. From a young man, men are trained to believe that emotions are weakness. You were told to stay stoic, right? Stay hard, stay focused. But that conditioning creates a problem. You begin to hide your struggles even from yourself. When the world sees you as unbreakable, you stop asking for help, even when you need the help the most. This is why a lot of guys just won't even consider therapy or counseling, because we got that big hard shell on us, the achievement trap. Keep climbing or fall behind. High achieving men get caught up in the grind, work harder, earn more, dominate competition. The reward, you get respect, validation, status, but the cost, you're burnt out, you're numb. You have this internal pressure and you think slowing down is failure, but in reality, your overdrive is hiding what's underneath, right? And that's that pain, that's that darkness that you're suffering with. The higher you rise, the more disconnected that you feel. Alpha men often suffer silently because they believe no one understands their pressure, right? You heard that story a lot, guys, from your boys. Nobody gets it. Nobody understands me. They don't even trust anyone with their truth, not even their friends, their partners. They don't even trust themselves. That's when the breakdown begins, in silence, not in battle. And then there's this identity fusion. I am what I do. When your identity is based entirely on control, performance, and results, you don't know who you are when those things are taken away from you. You confuse power with purpose. And when life hits, when you fail, get rejected, or feel lost, you begin to spiral because you've never learned just how to be, right? Enter the Sentry, Marvel's alpha male who cracked. Robert Reynolds, aka the Sentry, is the ultimate alpha male, the power of a million exploding suns. But here's the twist. He's also his own worst enemy. His alter ego, the Void, isn't some outside villain that he has to compete with. It's his shadow, born from fear, shame, and trauma. He tries to be perfect. He suppresses his darkness, and eventually, the darkness consumes him. You see this in the film. The psychological splitting, that void within. Sentry's mind gets split, literally. This is called psychological splitting, when you separate the good you from the bad you. He performs heroism, but he hides his brokenness until it bursts out uncontrollably. That's what happens when, alpha men who never process their emotions. The more you deny your shadow, the more control it gains. So what the Sentry teaches us, as alpha men, here are 4 key lessons from the Sentry every alpha man needs to hear. 1, suppressing pain creates your own villain. If you don't face your fear, guilt, or shame, it becomes your inner enemy. Strength isn't silence. Alpha power without emotional intelligence is like holding a grenade with no pin. You need a tribe. Isolation might feel safe, but it's what breaks you. You heal in real brotherhood. That's what this channel is for. Therapy isn't weakness, it's training, inner conditioning, shadow work that can take you to the next level of strength. So the alpha rebuilt. We're going to form and create a new model of power with this channel, guys, in the next videos that are coming up. So alpha doesn't mean cold. It doesn't mean robotic. True alpha means being a leader who feels deeply, moves with purpose, and knows his limits. So here's your mission. Don't run from the void, study it. Don't mask pain with performance, process it. Don't carry the weight alone, open up, because your strength isn't just in how much you carry, it's in knowing when to drop the mask and rise as your whole self. All right? They used to say in psychology, the greatest success, or the longest way to success is through a shortcut. So don't take the shortcut, guys. Do the work, do the inner work, connect to real brotherhood. This channel, Man Up Mental Health, is supposed to be an outlet where we can all come together and, share some of that void, share some of that darkness. All right. Thunderbolts was an awesome movie. There were a lot of gems in there. I would definitely recommend that you guys check it out. I will be doing a lot of psychological breakdowns on some of the characters and how they apply to us as men. This is just the beginning. I have more information coming up in my next video series. So this is the video on the Sentry and the Alpha Male. All right. Thank you for watching. Peace.